Hey there, I'm Metaphysical Mia 33. Have you ever met a stranger and felt an immediate, inexplicable connection as if you have known them for a lifetime? Or perhaps you have visited a new city and felt a profound sense of coming home, a familiarity that defies all logic. These moments, often dismissed as mere coincidence or déjà vu, can be whispers from our distant past. They are clues pointing to a much grander story, one that spans many lifetimes. Your soul, the eternal part of you, has journeyed through countless experiences before this current life. It carries memories, wisdom, and unfinished lessons that continue to shape who you are today, making your life feel so uniquely intense and meaningful. The idea of past lives suggests that our soul is immortal and chooses to return to Earth many times to learn and grow. Each life is like a new chapter in a very long book. The memories of these previous chapters are not always conscious, but their influence can be felt in surprising ways. Think of a child who shows a talent for playing the piano without any formal training, or someone who has an unexplainable phobia of water, despite never having had a negative experience with it in this life. These could be echoes of a past where one was a celebrated musician or experienced a traumatic event at sea. These are not just random quirks of personality, they are messages from your soul's history. These echoes from past lives are not meant to haunt us, but to guide us. They emerge to help us heal and understand ourselves on a deeper level. When we feel drawn to a certain culture, a specific historical period, or a particular skill, it might be our soul nudging us towards something it already knows. It's an invitation to rediscover a part of ourselves that was important in a previous existence. By paying attention to these strange attractions, unexplained fears, and deep-seated talents, we can begin to piece together the beautiful and complex mosaic of our soul's journey. Recognizing that our current life is just one part of a magnificent, ongoing adventure of learning and evolution. Understanding this concept can bring a profound sense of peace and perspective. It helps us see that the challenges we face are not random punishments, but are often opportunities for growth that we have been working on for a very long time. It explains why some relationships feel so significant and why certain life lessons seem to repeat themselves. We are not starting from a blank slate. Instead, we arrive with a rich history, a wealth of experience, and a purpose that has been refined over many lifetimes. Our soul remembers even when our conscious mind does not, and it constantly guides us toward healing and completion. Before we were born into this life, our souls made agreements with other souls. These are called soul contracts. Think of them as a spiritual study plan, designed with love and wisdom to help us learn specific lessons we need for our evolution. These contracts are not just with the people we will love, but also with those who will challenge us. A soul might agree to play the role of a difficult boss, a critical parent, or a friend who betrays us. This is not for the purpose of causing senseless pain, but to create situations that force us to learn forgiveness, develop resilience, or find our own inner strength. These are some of the most profound acts of love one soul can offer another. These sacred agreements form the blueprint for our major life events and relationships. When you feel an intense, immediate bond with someone, whether positive or negative, it is often a sign that a soul contract is at play. Your souls are recognizing each other, ready to fulfill the promises they made. The most important thing to remember is that these contracts are always for our highest good, even when the lessons feel incredibly difficult. They are never an excuse for abuse or mistreatment. Instead, they are opportunities to see beyond the surface level pain and ask, what is my soul trying to learn here? How can I grow from this experience? Complementing these soul contracts is your life path number, a concept from numerology that reveals your personal mission in this lifetime. Calculated from your date of birth, this number acts like a compass, pointing you toward your core purpose and the themes you are here to explore. For example, someone with a life path 1 is here to learn about independence and leadership, while a life path 2 is focused on harmony, cooperation, and relationship. A life path 9 is often an old soul, here to practice compassion, humanitarianism, and letting go. Understanding your number can provide incredible clarity on your personal journey. Your life path number often illuminates the very lessons outlined in your soul contracts. If you are a life path 6, focused on responsibility and nurturing, you will likely have soul contracts that place you in situations where you must care for others, but also learn to set healthy boundaries to avoid burnout. These tools, soul contracts, and life path numbers do not predict a fixed destiny. Instead, they reveal the curriculum your soul chose. You always have free will in how you approach these lessons, but knowing the theme of your journey can empower you to navigate it with more consciousness, grace, and understanding. In our journey through many lives, we form different kinds of powerful connections with other souls. The most well-known of these is the soulmate. A soulmate is a soul from our soul family, someone with whom we have shared many lifetimes and have a deep, comfortable connection. We can have many soulmates in one lifetime. They can be our romantic partners, our best friends, our children, or even a beloved pet. When you meet a soulmate, it often feels like coming home. The relationship is typically supportive, easy, and nurturing. They are here to love us, support our growth, and walk alongside us on our path. A much rarer and more intense connection is the twin flame. While you have many soulmates, it is believed you have only one twin flame. The theory is that your soul was once a single unit of energy that split into two halves before its first incarnation. Your twin flame is the other half of your soul. Meeting your twin flame is often a tumultuous, life-altering event. This person acts as a perfect mirror, reflecting back to you all of your strengths, but also all of your deepest fears, insecurities, and unresolved wounds. The purpose of this connection is not necessarily romantic bliss, but rapid spiritual acceleration and healing. The intensity of a twin flame relationship is because it forces you to confront everything within yourself that needs to be healed. It is a catalyst for profound personal transformation. These relationships often go through cycles of union and separation, as the intensity can be overwhelming. The ultimate goal is for each twin to become whole on their own, finding unconditional love for themselves first. Only then can they come together in a harmonious union, not from a place of neediness, but from a place of complete unconditional love. It is a journey of returning to oneself, guided by the reflection of your other half. Finally, there are karmic relationships. These connections are also born from past lives, but they are specifically for the purpose of resolving old karma. Karma is simply the law of cause and effect. It is about learning and balancing energy. A karmic relationship often feels magnetic and compelling at first, but it quickly becomes defined by repeating difficult patterns. It might be the same argument over and over, or a cycle of breaking up and getting back together. These relationships are here to teach us a specific lesson we failed to learn in a past life. The connection feels so strong because our souls are determined to get it right this time. The relationship will continue until the lesson is learned, and then the bond will naturally dissolve. So, how can you begin to recognize these unseen forces in your own life? The key is to learn to listen to your intuition and pay attention to the patterns that emerge. Notice the people who evoke an incredibly strong reaction in you, both positive and negative. These are often signs of a soul contract or a past life connection. Reflect on the recurring challenges or themes in your life. Do you always find yourself in similar relationship dynamics or career struggle? This is likely a lesson your soul is trying to master. These are not punishments, but gentle, persistent reminders from your soul, guiding you toward an area that is ripe for healing and growth. Trust the feelings of familiarity and the gut instincts you have about people and places. Your soul has a much longer memory than your conscious mind, and it communicates with you through these intuitive hits. If you feel an unexplainable sadness when thinking about a certain historical event, allow yourself to explore it. If you feel a deep, joyful pull toward a creative hobby, follow that impulse. These are the breadcrumbs your soul leaves for you to follow. Your feelings are your most reliable spiritual compass. They are the language of your soul, and learning to trust them is one of the most empowering steps you can take on your spiritual journey. Learning about these spiritual concepts is not about finding definitive answers or labeling every interaction. It is about opening up to a wider, more magical view of life. It gives us a framework to understand why our lives can feel so intense, why certain people affect us so deeply, and why we are drawn to specific paths. It helps us to see the purpose behind our pain and the sacred contracts behind our connection. This knowledge can transform feelings of confusion and loneliness into a sense of purpose, connection, and deep abiding trust in our personal journey. You are not alone, and your life is not random. Ultimately, you are the expert on your own soul's journey. These ideas, past lives, soul contracts, twin flames, are simply tools to help you understand your own unique experience. Be gentle with yourself as you explore these concepts. The most important message is one of reassurance and empowerment. Your life has profound meaning. Your relationships are for your growth. Your challenges are opportunities for healing. By trusting yourself and listening to the quiet whispers of your soul, you will find that you have all the guidance you need to navigate your path with courage, wisdom, and love. Remember to keep an open mind, stay positive, stay curious, and stay connected.